Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and today we will talk about semester second assignments for the subject Essentials of HRM. This is for June 2023 cycle, so this is a regular cycle. So for all the students who have enrolled for the semester second and who are now in semester 2 are getting this assignments option in your portal. If you want to see in your portal, you can just log into NMIMS portal, and on the left hand panel there is an exams option. Click on exams and then go to assignments, and when you just open up the assignments, all the subject assignments will be visible on your portal, so you can just download that PDF file and see the questions. So the pattern is the same as we have the assignment for other subjects. Like 30% is the coverage, where we are having the three questions: first, second, third and third B. Each question is of 1000 words, and the marks is 10 splitted into three questions. Two important things which you need to which is very important you should keep in your mind is the copy case, and second is plagiarism. So do not share your assignments with anyone, otherwise to whom you share your assignments, that will get 0 marks. Along with you as well, you will get the 0 mark. So don't share your assignments. And second thing is plagiarism. So if you want to write the content, you can refer to book, internet, Google, or any other source, whatever you want to refer, but write it down in your own words only, right? If we talk about the subject, so essential of HRM is more relatable towards the HR side. Those who are from human resource, they can relate this subject very easily. This is a complete vertical subject. Those who are from non HR background, maybe from working as a professional, they also know the certain things about the HR. Although right with nowadays HR, you think that HR is more towards that hiring, and when you face some issues, maybe you need some discussion, then HR comes into the picture. But there's a lot more functions, lot more things which HR teams and HR departments will do. Maybe you can just read this book as a novel. It's very easy, so you will come to know a lot many things about the HR which you are not aware of. So I would recommend to just give a shot in reading the book. And now let's talk about the assignments. So the assignments, firstly, if you download this file, if you get this content from get this PDF from somewhere, just make sure you are using the right PDF file. It is applicable for June 2023 cycle. So we are having the three questions, and let's discuss one by one each of the question. So the first question is: Mirage Investments Limited is a wealth management company with multiple locations in India. The top management plans to create a dynamic HR department for managing employee relations. You are being hired as an HR business partner. Explain to the top management what will be the objectives of the HR department in the organization. Give some examples in context of this company. Right. So firstly, we are talking about HR department being it's an HR subject. In this question, it is being asked about the various objectives of the HR department. So we need to talk about objectives, or you can say the functions or the key things which HR departments do. What are the main objects, goals for the HR department, and we need to give some examples specifically with respect to this case study. So if we talk about this case study, two important things keep in your mind. One is it is a wealth management company. Wealth management means it's a asset management, or you can say it's a finance related company having multiple locations in India. It's not a centrally based, it is decentralized around the different cities around the country. Maybe it's a big city or the small city, depending on the it's being non-mentioned. So we are considering that it's located in each and every city, or each and every small area, right? So let's talk about what page numbers to be referred. You can just refer to the page number 4. If I just go to the page number 4, firstly we are talking about what is HR department. It's important you need to give a brief that what is HR department, what is the what is HR management, what is this complete process. Talks about acquiring, recruiting, management, different tools in a right manner. It additionally includes some selection, compensation, benefits, training, development part. Meaning and definition, yes, you can refer one or two definitions, you can just directly write it down. There's no plagiarism falls into this case, because it's some words which are being used by some great scientists or some renowned people. So you can just directly use these 3 4 lines, or maybe these 3 lines, if you want to give some definition to it. Then after that, you need to explain the key objectives of HRM. So go to page number 6. So these are the key objectives. One is related to the societal objectives, second is towards organization, the third one is the functional, and last but not the least about the personal objectives, right? So if we talk about the societal uh, objectives, then it provides the equal opportunity programs, the benefits to its employees. So you can just relate it to motivate the people to just becoming more productive. So you can just relate it, okay, if we are working with a wealth management company, you need to talk about the numbers and you need to deal with lot number of data. So it's important that the people will get productive and they will get the good opportunities and definitely the proper employment opportunities in different states. If there is some local people, then you can give preference if there is some job opportunities over there. So you can just relate it with the case study. The second is organizational. Organizational is definitely you need to hire the right people with the right skill set. So you just need to think of attaining the final goal and objective. Wealth management, it means to increase the overall wealth and to just mitigate the risk. So you just need to relate more towards the organizational objective in this case, and it can easily be relatable. Those who are from finance background, they know a lot more things about that, so you can easily write. Next is the functional objective. So functional objective is to prepare organizational policies in compliance to the HR, human rights, or the different laws pertaining in the different cities. Like if we talk about in India, we are having two types of cities. One is metro and the non-metro one. So if you are staying in metro, then the 50% of HR is applicable. If you are in a non-metro, 40%. So this is one of the small example. And definitely if you are staying in metro city or a big city, the overall expenses and day to day your uh, you can say the cost of living is also very high in comparison to the small cities. So you need to think from both perspective, and definitely you need to maintain the quality of the work life and the employee behavior balance, right? Then last but not the least about the personal objectives. So in personal objectives is simply you are want to retain the efficient people. People want to leave the organization very easily and provide dedicated training and the feedbacks whenever you feel the people is going low and they are not performing well. So you can just improve them and rectify the issues which where they are facing some kind of challenges. So these are the four uh, objectives which you can write, and after that you can just mention the scope. This is not mandated, but it's good if you just maintain like HRP, human resource planning, job design, selection, staffing, training development, organizational development, compensation benefits, employee assistance, union labor relations, personal research and information system. So these are the nine which you can just write it down if we relate it more towards the this particular case study, right? So just write 2 or 3 liners, that would always be helpful for writing this. So and it's similar to the objective which we had discussed in the earlier question, right? If we talk about this particular subject, there is a number of scope you can write, draw a number of diagrams. So maybe in the next question I can just show you how to just create a diagram and just score additional few marks for the different questions, right? If we talk about the second question, the Lex group of premium hotel chain wants to restructure its human resource department. As an HR advisor, explain the top management, the various activity under each subdivision, new subdivision in the department. Elaborate those with corporate examples. So here we are talking about. Firstly, we need to talk about. Okay, we are talking about the hospitality sector, hotel chain, and here we need to talk about the different subdivisions of a department. HR is not only a single department, it comprises of many small subdepartments. So let's see what are the small subdivisions. So the next topic, even in the book also, the next part is given in the structure of the HR department, where we are having the five different departments. One is the personal transaction, second is staffing management, third is organizational development, fourth is ethics and labor, and the last but not the least is the training and development. So you are having the five different departments, and in each department we are having, you can say, the subdivisions, or you can say these are the key activities which they perform, right? If we talk about the personal transaction, then it's about the timekeeping, the timesheet maintenance, the certain benefits, or you can say the tracking of HR matrices, the payroll, the monthly salary management. If we talk about staffing, then it's more related towards the recruitment and hiring, or you can say the selection process, or in case of any transfers or any promotions going within the organization. Then in case of organizational development, it's all about talent management, employee referral programs, employee performance, and equal opportunity in terms of the all the, you can say, different departments and different streams. Then next is ethics and labor, where we talk about more towards the laws. Uh, it's something related to labor act, labor rules, and ethical and the right conduct within the organization, and certain statutory requirements and the regulatory requirements, right? Next is the training and development. There are few mandatory certifications. There are time to time learning conferences. There are time to time the corporate learning curve for each employee and maybe for a set of employees. So this is the training and development. So these are five different. So when you just write it, you need to relate it more towards the hospitality sector, the hotel line. Like if you talk about the timekeeping, so it's important for manage the different shifts going on in the hotel, because it will run 24/7, being it's a premium hotel chain. So there should be a 8 hour shift where people are coming and handing over and taking the things from one employer to the another. Next is staffing and equipment, where you hire the right talent, where they are good in their communication skills and they are able to handle their the customers in the right fashion. Organizational development is when you just refer, or you can give the equal opportunity, whether it's related to the to level 1 or maybe to level 5 employees. And definitely discipline is one of the mandates process in the in most of the hotels. Then ethics and labors, you can't give means if you are if they are doing overtime, then the right expenses, right benefits will be given to them. And there should be ethical conduct if somebody misbehave, whether it's at the internal within the hotel or maybe some outside, you need to take care of that stuff. And training and development is like time to time trainings, like how to take care of the foreigners, how to just provide some training to different languages, the foreign languages, so that they feel more comfortable in talking to like French, German, or maybe any other language, so that they just build up these extra skill set while working within the hotel line. So these are the few that purely my thought process, how I relate the things. Those who are from hotel sector, they are far ahead than their understanding is much more better than me. And maybe you can also relate if you know someone, or maybe you are a bit more traveler or traveler type of guy, then I think when you just go to the hotels, you can just relate these kind of things, and you can just mention it in the second question. Now moving to our third question. In third question, we are having two parts, third A and third B. Both are independent. Sorry, you can say both are dependent, but the answers will be different for both the cases, and there's no answer three. When you just start writing, as I mentioned in all of my videos, there will be answer one, answer two, answer 3A, and answer 3B. Right. So if I talk about answer 3A, the Shanghai Food Corporation is reviewing its human resource planning. It is analyzing the various sources of the company human resource demand forecasting. Keeping this context in the mind, answer the following. What are the qualitative methods of human resource demand forecasting that are available in the company, with the company? Right. So we need to talk about the different qualitative methods. So it's clearly mentioned on the page number 31. So these are the qualitative methods. Firstly, you need to understand that there are two techniques. One is qualitative and second is quantitative. So maybe you can just give a quick introductory, or maybe you can just directly start. Okay, qualitative methods, we are talking about those who are less statistical, where numbers are not being talked much, where we just talk about based on certain assumptions, right? In this, we are having three different ways. So if we talk about this question, in the question we are talking about a food corporation, right? So if we talk about the food corporation, it's, you can say it's you can just, in layman terms, I can just think of a small restaurant or maybe small supply chain company which deals with the food stuff. So we need to analyze more towards the food supply and demand stuff, right? So we are having the three methods. One is expert forecast, second is management forecast, and the third one is the selfie method. In expert forecast, we are having certain experts who can just give their opinion, and based on that, we can just make some assumptions. Maybe it's internal or maybe it's external. If we talk about the management forecast, so it's purely internal part where the different managers from different departments give their opinion, and they just decide, uh, make the next action items, right? Then next is the Delphi method, where group of pre-selected experts are responsible for giving their decisions, right? So if we talk about this question, it's human resource demand forecasting, right? So how to hire the resources, and how you just get the correct skill set. So these are the three methods being directly being mentioned. You can write it down. Yeah, one important thing which I just want to discuss is about this diagram. So I would recommend to just draw these type of diagrams as much as possible. If you say we are having three types or four types, so what is the way? So if you go to the insert, on insert we are having one smart art. In smart art you can just go to the hierarchy and you can just select any one of this. Maybe I'm just choosing this. Okay, if I just choose this, write it time like the techniques, or maybe you can say qualitative techniques. Then if I just want to remove this, you can just remove this. Then, or maybe here it's given, you can just mention maybe A, maybe it's B, maybe it's C, right? And you can just change the color themes as per your choice, make it more funky, or as per your need, or what is your taste in just drawing the different diagrams. You can just mention, maybe you can just make it more clear. So this is the way how you can just use smart arts, and definitely that's very impressive, and that would surely help you in getting some extra marks, right? So I would recommend to draw these diagrams as much as possible. Yeah. Sorry. Now the third B question, discuss about the trend analysis method of quantitative technique in HR demand forecasting. So just read the words carefully. Here we are talking about the quantitative. In the previous question we were talking about the qualitative. So here it's quantitative. So going to the page number 31. Sorry, I think I have just written it down. Yeah, sorry, it's on 32. It's a quantitative methods. In quantitative, firstly it's more detailed one, it's more statistical, where we are talking about the numbers, right? So maybe you can just refer to couple of quantitative like the trend analysis method, the ratio trend analysis work study method, you can just mention, or maybe if you want to skip, you can just skip it out. And after that you just need to give a brief about the trend analysis, where we are assuming something based on the past trends. Maybe you can say past 2 years, 3 years, or maybe 5 years of performance. And if you want to just get some assumptions, maybe you can say that every year there is a trend of increase of 5%, 10%, 15%, 20%. So based on that you can just make certain assumptions, right? So if we talk about the different steps, then a suitable business factor is selected based on the HR trends. We need to identify some KPI, key performance indicators. Then we need to talk about some historical trends which we plot based on the certain factors or certain trends which we discussed earlier. And after that we just calculate the current labor productivity ratio if we want to compare it with the previous years. And in this step we just estimate overall sales by dividing the overall labor productivity ratio. And then we just forecast the HR demands for the next targeted year, because it is not only dependent on the number of employees you are requiring, it also depends on the sales. If the sales is increasing on year basis, then you need to think of increasing the labor. So that's why we just need to think of both the factors. And if you see the step number 3, here we are doing the two things, where we are comparing, sorry, talk about the fourth step. So that's why we are dividing the total sales, the overall business factor, by the labor productivity. The more you grow your business, the more you labor will be required, right? It's not like that if your sales are not increasing and you are just increasing your overall labor year on year basis, right? So that's why we need to think of both the factors, right? So I think we had covered all the three questions, and the things are pretty much clear in terms of third question as well. And this is HR subject is very easy, and just try to read the content and just write it down in your own words. And if you still face any issue or any doubt, maybe with related to this particular subject or maybe to any other subject, maybe it's related to assignments or exams, or you're not clear how what to prepare, how to prepare, just feel free to just connect to me at ngasc.mba@gmail.com. I would request to just share and elaborate your concern over the email, because I'm getting a lot of emails and people are just simply writing one or two liners. If I just request you to just explain it in a concise manner, and maybe it would be great if you share your contact details, so that whenever I feel I will be available, I will just surely give you a call and just discuss the stuff over the call. And if you like this video, do subscribe and stay connected for further videos. Thank you so much.